the technological evolution of the Russian army, and it also inspires us target to work, so that we too can develop in the same direction the country of. The upright man is a dream come true. Burkina Faso just shook the continent, not with weapons but with fruit under the bold leadership of Captain Ibrahim. True, the nation has launched the biggest natural juice factory in its history. This isn't just about juice, it's about revolutionizing Narokrik, empowering farmers and declaring economic independence. One bottle at a time while the West doubts and critics whispered Traore is blending Grizzon's innovation and raw Burkina Bay pride into every drop. Stay tuned as we dive into the factory that's not just producing juice, it's producing hope, a dignity, and a bold new future for all of West Africa, a vision squeezed into reality. Ibrahim Traoré didn't just cut Araban, he cut into global dependency. The launch of Burkina Faso's biggest natural juice factory is more than just industrial progress, it's a full-blown declaration of economic independence. For decades, West Africa has exported its fruits while importing finished juice products, locked into a global value chain that profited everyone but Africa. But Traoré, the bold face of Africizing generation, turned the country for good. Nestled outside Boldest, this factory isn't just a building, it's a symbol of what's possible when a country takes control of its resources and future. This plant presses mangoes, oranges, guavas, and pineapples from Burkina Faso's own soil, them into pure additive-free juice for local consumption and international export from day one. This project has been all about vision. Traoré didn't want a basic facility, he demanded a world-class, sustainable one. That's exactly what he built. The factory boasts climate, smart cooling systems, solar-powered operations, and a zero-waste capacity, where even fruit pulp is repurposed into livestock feed or organic compost. Environmentally, it's ONAF, the greenest industrial setups on the continent. More than 3,000 locals are now directly employed at the facility, while an estimated 20,000 fruit farmers across nation are plugged into new supply chains. These growers are paid fair trade prices, no more exploitation by Vorb. This model puts money directly into rural households, boosting local economies in real time. And make no mistake, this wasn't a charity mission, it's a business built to last, and proudly engineered by Burkina Bay talent with technical support from partners in Brazil and Vietnam. The design remained African-led, African-owned, and African-proud. Traoré's juice factory is already turning heads from Dar to Dubai. African leaders and global investors are watching closely, because this isn't just juice, it's proof that when Africa is in charge of its resources, their salts don't just quench thirst, they write futures. This is what sovereignty eats like: fresh, sweet, and 100% Burkina Bay. From orchard to opportunity, what Traoré built isn't just a factory, it's a full-scale economic ecosystem. The biggest natural juice factory in Burkina Faso didn't just open its doors, it unlocked income streams that had never existed before. For years, fruits grown in fertile southern regions of the country would rot away unpicked and unwanted due to a lack of demand, infrastructure, and processing capacity. But now they're liquid gold. Every day trucks arrive at the factory gates loaded with citrus, pineapple, baobabishan fruit, and more, all grown on Burkina Bay land. What used to be waste is no wealth. Local cooperatives, especially run by women, have seen their profits triple since the launch. Farmers are no longer selling for pennies to foreign middlemen. They're part of a national supply chain with stable contracts, guaranteed buyers, and fair trade pricing. That's real empowerment. The ripple effect: massive support industries have exploded in growth. Welding shops stay busy repairing farm machinery. New packaging companies are popping up to meet demand. Restaurants, cafes, and small hotels near the factory are thriving with a steady stream of workers and visitors. What Traoré created wasn't just a production site, it was the ignition switch for a grassroots economic revolution in rural villages. The phrase biggest natural juice factory isn't just about refreshments anymore, it's code for opportunity transformation. Hope. Even the kids are dreaming bigger. Now schools in the surrounding regions are reporting record attendance, and it's no coincidence parents can't afford school fees. Children see with their own eyes that homegrown industries real and reachable. The Factos Apprentice program is a metro offering hands-on training in food science, processing and machinery maintenance to high school and vocational students. That's how you raise a future-ready generation. And then there here, the numbers this single facility is projected to inject over $180 million into Burkina Faso's GDP every year by 2027. That's not charity, it's commerce. It's not aid, it's African ambition. Trade didn't wait for he made prosperity local, and what's powering it all? Fruit, sunlight, pride. The biggest natural juice factory is now the nation's brightest economic light. Juice, pride, and sovereignty walk through the production floor of the biggest natural juice factory, and you didn't just see workers. You see patriotic glass bottle rolling off the line. Eyes. More than a drink, it's a statement of national pride. For a long time, through their narrative told Burkina Faso I thought to import quality, that fresh juice came from European orchards, that real value meant foreign investment. Traore root that narrative with stainless steel and citrus peels. The juice itself is world-class, no additives, no preservatives, just 100% organic fruit sourced from within Burkina Faso, and that's intentional. Traore insisted that product reflect Burkina Faso excellence. Isn't a knockoff brand, it's setting new global standards. Already health-focused chains in Nairobi and Johannesburg are lining up to stock. Even European buyers are sniffing around, but Traore's first priority is his people. When asked why he built the biggest natural juice factory, Traore answered in one word: sovereignty. Because when a nation feeds and hydrates itself, when it adds value to its own products, it steps out of dependency. And in this era of rising food insecurity, Burkina Faso now stands as a juice, producing and unbothered by foreign supplications or sanctions. Burkina Faso logos, Aranos stamped on containers headed across Africa. The country is exporting identity check. Sip of mango ginger juice tells the world, this is who we are. That's the kind of pride that money can't buy, but leadership can spark. The biggest natural juice factory isn't just about juice, it's about finally tasting freedom, built for the people by the people. When construction began on the big Gesta natural juice factory, skeptics said it couldn't be done locally, that Burkina Faso lacked the capacity, the skills, the coordination. Traore proved them wrong, and on some he mobilized local talent in ways never seen before. Burkina Faso architects, electricians, welders, and laborers came together like a symphony. No foreign company managed this build. It grassroots, homegrown brilliance. Traore made sure contracts went to domestic firms. This wasn't just a factory, it was a test of national capability, and the country passed with flying colors. The site now stands as a symbol. If we can build the big juice factory, what else can wait? Schools, satellites, airports, things. Where is anything? Even the machines were assembled locally with guidance from African partners like Egypt and Rwanda. Traore insisted on training first, ensuring that the workforce didn't just brought machines but understood they maintained them and upgraded them. This is what real empowerment looks like. It's the opposite of outsourcing, it's insourcing greatness. Today over 60% of juice facto's leadership team are women scientists, managers, logistics experts. That's no accident. Traore mandated gender equity as a foundational veil. In fact, many of the fruit cooperatives feeding the factory are female. That means rural women aren't just picking fruit, they're running empires. This isn't just about one building, it's about what's possible when belief meets infrastructure. Traore Gavassis, people a canvas, and they painted masterpiece. And every time Simeone mentions the biggest natural juice factory, it's not just about the juice, it's about a people who finally got to build their own destiny. From the Sahel to the supermarket, when bottles from the biggest natural juice factory first hit shelves, they didn't just slide into local stores, they exploded across West African markets. Cities like Bamako, Accra, and even Lagos are seeing a juice craze, powered by Burkina Faso flavors. The mango-lime blend has become a top seller. Supermarkets are devoting entire aisles to this brand, and it's not just hype, it's heritage in a bottle. Didn't just want juice, he wanted distribution. He built roads, set up logistic hubs, and streamlined customs with neighboring nations. This allowed it, biggest natural juice factory Tobcom, a regional export powerhouse, most overnight trucks bearing de facto's logo are now a common sight across the Sahel. It's national branding in motion, but the marketing goes beyond trucks. Social media influencers across Africa are raving about the brand. Thelabel's feature Burkina Faso art and proverbs, turning every drink into a cultural ambassador. Traore knew the power of image, and he turned a bottle to Lento, a billboard of Burkina Faso brilliance, and with trade deals signed with Algeria, Morocco, and the UAE. The juice isn't stopping in West Africa, it's going global. Plans are in place to launch in France by next year, targeting Hilton's millennials for the first time. Burkina Faso isn't just exporting raw fruit, it's exporting a finished product, with full control overseeing branding and distribution. That's Gamaker. It means Burkina Faso writes terms, earns the profits, and gets the credit. The biggest natural juice factory isn't just feeding a country, it's feeding a global narrative where Africa leads, not follows. Traoré's sweetest legacy, yet long after the machines quiet down at night, the echoes of Traoré's vision live on. The biggest natural juice factory will be remembered not just for its steel and glass, but for its spirit in a continent often boxed into poverty narratives. This project shatters those frames. It's a bold, sweet declaration that Africa can and will rise by its own hands. For Traore, this wasn't about juice, it was about rewriting the contract between leadership and people, about using local resources to create national wealth, about turning agriculture from survival to supremacy. He saw mangoes not as fruit but as freedom, and he squeezed out a revolution. Today, visitors from Senegal to Singapore are touring the factory, taking notes and calling it a model. African nations are beginning to sketch blueprints for their own juice facilities, but no matter how many copy out, the credit belongs to Traore. He didn't follow a model, he built one. Children growing up today will point at that factory and say that's when things changed, when Burkina Faso stopped waiting, when it started building. The biggest natural juice factory is now a national landmark and a generational pivot point, and the man behind it, Traore, not just a president, but a pioneer, not just a soldier, but a builder of dreams. In the land of sun and soil, he planted a seed of transformation, and it's already bearing fruit. Literally, the next time Sumion offers you a bottle from Burkina Faso, remember, you're not just drinking juice, you're tasting revolution. This isn't just a juice factory, it's a statement that Burkina Faso will no longer be a spectator in global progress under Traoré's fearless direction. A wave of change is brewing, refreshing, natural and deeply local. From farmer to factory, every hand involved is shaping a stronger, self-reliant future. So next time you take a sip of that all-natural Burkina Faso juice, remember, you're tasting a revolution. Like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from Africa's rising front lines, because this is just the beginning. The world's better get ready for what's coming next. Santé.